Hi, I'm Jay from Sick Boxing. This video is about punching without leverage using the ADS, the Advanced Delivery System, and how that relates to a multi-dimensional boxer. Let me first quickly demonstrate how it's possible to deliver an effective punch with little or no leverage and what that transpires to. Here I'm punching lying on the floor where there's almost no leverage. Being on the floor doesn't affect my ability to punch effectively. Here I'm punching while sitting down, although you can still throw punches while seated, but to throw anything close to your best punch is still difficult. Here I'm punching on one leg. Here I'm punching while jumping in the air.
If they play him to a great degree, it's just going to be interesting to see who wins out of it.
Here I'm punching effectively at close range from a peekaboo defense. This will allow me to attack my opponents in a tight defense by walking them down and then unload when I get close up. What I have shown so far was able to throw effective punches with little or no leverage, with no structure, and throw explosive punches at close range. This will allow anyone using the ADS to throw effective punches in more situations, throw more angles and body positions. How would the ADS help you to win a fight at the highest level? One of the advantages is that you can create an angle while simultaneously throw an effective punch in the process. This is probably the most effective move in boxing, which adds a valuable dimension to your game. As I demonstrated earlier, I was able to punch effectively while jumping vertically upwards, while maintaining speed and power, which is important. If I can do this, then I can do this. All I'm doing here is jumping forward instead of upwards. And they don't have to be big jumps either. Notice I created an angle while punching at the same time. Next I'm creating alternating angles. When I can do that, then I can create an angle during every punch. Notice after each punch an angle is created. This is achieved by punching, hopping or shifting away from the center line during each punch, which is just a very subtle version of punching effectively while jumping in the air, be it in another direction. Here's more examples of shifting and punching at the same time.
I don't believe that, George. All three judges in this fight
required, whereas Cotto's struggling to stay there.
Cotto is back as he gets the rock, and he fights his way up.
This is the purpose this move serves, which is to hit and not get hit. What you're about to see next is an illustration of what could be possible and not necessarily be entirely practical. 90 degrees coverage. (180 degrees coverage). What you have witnessed is a more efficient and direct move, because conventionally, unlike the ADS, you have to first create an angle and then you punch, which is two separate moves. Advantage number 2, you can punch your opponent while they're moving away from you. Because your target is on the move, this can only be achieved successfully in one move. Conventionally, however, since you have to be set first before you can throw an effective punch, the slight delay in the transition between the two separate moves means your opponent will be out of range before you can land your punch. This is not an issue with the ADS, when you can lunge and deliver punches effectively with little or no leverage, and still maintain speed and power. This makes all the difference if you will land your punches or not while the target is moving away from you. I'm bringing to your attention to Pacquiao versus Cotton because Cotton is a world-class textbook boxer. The fight was fairly even until the added dimension to Pacquiao's game was responsible for the 2 knockdowns in the fight, whereas Cotton looked flat-footed throughout. This was a perfect fight that showcased the effectiveness of the ADS. This is an example of punching effectively and maintaining speed and power while airborne.
But taking some leather in return. But taking some leather in return.
Thirdly, you can close the distance on your opponent, land an effective punch, and slip a counter in one continuous move.
Also for Marquez, lovely right hand. Also for Marquez, lovely right hand.
This move normally takes 2 separate moves to accomplish. It is one of the most difficult aspects of boxing, particularly useful against a taller opponent, when it is crucial you can overcome the reach advantage of your opponent. Advantage number 4. Punch effectively without solid structure. As I've already highlighted in my other video, Floyd uses this advantage to perfect his signature move, which is the shoulder roll. Contrary to what most people think, Floyd actually throws a shoulder roll punch while he's leaning back, and not while his body is in an upright position. If he did, most of his opponents would have evaded his counter. You can see in the slow motion Floyd releases the punch while he's leaning back. This can only be achieved if he used a unique technique to throw his punches. Most people will have to straighten up their torso first to generate leverage before releasing the punch. You can clearly see this isn't the case with Floyd, and that's why he's been very successful with the shoulder roll. Because the ADS will let you deliver effective punches with no leverage, it makes it possible for anyone to throw effective punches in awkward positions without good body structure. Advantage number 5. You can throw effective punches while moving backwards.
Jones just kind of happy to trying to make that great fight, and he's still trying to do it.
Boxing can be simple, because anyone can throw punches, but apart from the quality of the punches, from what type of base or vehicle one delivered their punches from is also important. A novice will often not punch with their feet, so they often end up leaning forward to punch the target. This means they're not too mobile. The vehicle they throw their punches from, you could say, is akin to a stationary cannon with zero mobility. A conventional boxer will have more mobility, but with all the requirements needed to be met before an effective punch can be delivered, you could say the vehicle they throw their punches from is akin to a tank. This leaves a boxer using the ADS. Having established a boxer using the ADS will be able to throw effective punches in more situations. With the extra fluidity, you could say the vehicle they throw their punches from is akin to a helicopter. The added dimension to their game will pay spectacular dividends in a fight. This is a true representation of a multi-dimensional boxer.
Going to give him a test far better than his previous opponent,